Good morning. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this prestigious meeting. So just start with the case. He's a 50-year-old male, a smoker, hypertensive, type 2 diabetic and dyslipidemic, presented with non-STEMI. He had an accelerating angina to class 4 within the past month. He presented with an ST depression and T-wave inversion in V2 to V6 with segmental roll motion in the LED territory and ejection fraction of 45%. We did a coronary angiography. In the caudal view, you can see there's a total proximal LED just at the diagonal and a large diagonal. And here in the RAO cranial, you can see there is faint antegrade filling of the LED. In the PA cranial view, you can appreciate the lesion in the diagonal. It's a significant lesion and it's a big diagonal, probably the only diagonal he has. So my strategy here was to try to open the LED first and then do a DK crush. So to revise the steps of the DK crush, you wire both branches and then you predilate and then you put a stent with minimal protrusion in the main branch. You put a stent in the side branch with minimal protrusion in the main branch with the balloon part in the main branch 1-to-1. And then you remove the wire and balloon and you crush with the balloon of the main branch the side branch stent. Then you recross from the proximal or the mid struts, not from the distal, and you do the first kiss. And you can see here that the struts are open. And then you again remove the wire and the balloon from the side branch. And you deploy the main branch stent. Then you do a pot to facilitate the recrossing again. You do a recrossing and kissing, then final pot. So that's what I did. I tried to open the LED first. The wire that passed was a pilot 200 wire, and I put a PT2MS wire in the diagonal. And that's in different views. I tried to make sure it's the LED, and now you can see here the antegrade filling over the wire here. So I'm definitely in the true lumen. And then pre-dilatation of the LED to try to open it with a 1.5 by 15 balloon. Still no luck, so I used the 2.5 by 15 balloon. And that's after the balloon. You can see there the slight dissection in the LED, but was already close, so no problem. The patient was chest pain free, vitally stable. So I went on with the DK crush. I put a stent in the side branch. It was a 2.5 by 23 in the diagonal and the balloon part in the LED. Then after deployment of the stent, that's another step, is to flare the ostium of the side branch so that the crushing is perfect. And then you crush with a non-compliant balloon 1-to-1. And that's after the diagonal stent. And then recrossing and the first kiss. That's after the first kiss. There's slight spasm here, relieved by nitroglycerin. And then remove the wire and the balloon and deploy the stent. It was 3.0 by 43 millimeters. That's after deployment of the main branch stent. Then recrossing through the proximal or mid struts with the balloon already in the LED, ready for the second kiss. Second kiss, pot, and that's the final result in the PA cranial and the lateral view. Okay, but that's not the end. The patient called me after 3 months with atypical chest pain, but I told him just to go to the ER to do enzymes and trope and ECG, just to make sure. He was reviewed by another colleague of mine, and he admitted him in the CCU and did him another coronary angio. I don't have the movie, but he sent me a video showing me that he had nothing. He had the same LED after 3 months, so that's a 3-month follow-up of the DK crush. So my take-home message is that you have to choose the best technique for each bifurcation according to classification, site, and angle. Mastering at least 2 techniques is preferred, especially DK crush and culotte as bailout. Know your tools and equipment and don't start except if you have them all. Follow the steps of the technique as explained, as any missing step will make it much more difficult or even lead to failure. Bifurcation stenting needs experience, skills, and proper bailout techniques. Final kissing is mandatory in any 2 stent techniques, and final pot is mandatory. Thank you.